Well, class, you'll be, I'm sure, delighted to hear that I don't want you to miss some of the things we should have covered in today's lecture because we're trying to build a little foundation here and we missed some foundation pieces. And the reason we missed those foundation pieces was because we had what I thought were some really good class discussion. I was very, very pleased with your thinking and the overall participation. And I would give so much more for a good class discussion than me lecturing to people, believe me. But I still have to cover some things. So here they are. All right, so we talked about Axiom. You looked up the website. Let's watch a video about these guys, please. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm getting there. All right, so that was Axiom. Okay. Well, I would like to show you the New York Times article about this very impressive young woman, but just remember, we're going to skip it, that the line I thought was great was her description of a USP. What is a USP? Unique selling proposition. She described it as a competitive moat that you build around your brand and your company. You're doing things differently that are meaningful to people that other competitors cannot do. This we are going to go through. I'm going to take you through a classic direct mail package. This is something I actually got in the mail. And we're going to talk about each part of it. And the reason we're going to do this is so that you have a very clear understanding of what direct is all about and how it works. By exploring the classic direct format, the original direct format, if you will, which is direct mail, something you got in your mailbox, not your inbox. So this is the outer envelope of a direct mail piece that I received. See, there's my address. Question, class. What is the purpose of the direct mail envelope other than getting you the piece? Once you receive it, what is it for? What's it supposed to do? Answer. The first job of a direct mail designer is to get the outer envelope opened. You've got 7 seconds. That's the time it takes the average person to look at and open or discard your package. Okay? Always, always, with any marketing effort you're doing, put yourself in the mindset, the brain set, the shoes of your customer. And just imagine you're getting this. You're coming home after a long day's work and you're pooped and you're hungry and your feet hurt and the subway ride wasn't so pleasant. And you get home and you open your mailbox and you drag out all this stuff. You got this big envelope. Why is this taking up so much space? And you yank it out and you take it upstairs. And you take your shoes off after you get, you know it, the mindset, okay? And then you look at this outer envelope and go, I don't have time for this. What is this? But it's saying, open me, open me. There are things of value in here that you will love. Don't just throw me away. Please, please, think, have a second thought. That's the purpose of the outer envelope. And by the way, it's also the purpose of the subject line in direct marketing emails. And then there is a letter. Every direct mail piece always has a letter. It's personalized. See, this has my name. They spell it right. And dear Mr. Ely, you may be wondering why what you think about trees is important. The answer is that trees are important, and our job is to make sure people in New York and across the country know that. Now, you'll notice direct mail letters are laid out. They're not laid out as one thick block of text, and neither is an email. No one wants to try to penetrate a thick, bloody block of text. It's in little pieces, piece, piece, piece. Things are underlined. If your brain says, here's how I'm going to approach this, says your brain. I'm not going to read every bloody word here. I'm just going to pop the bolded, the things that are bold, the things that are underlined, and see whether anything hits me. All right, so this is set up to be very approachable and digestible. I can just eat the frosting. If I want to eat the cake, if I like the frosting, maybe the cake will be okay. You heard him say? You heard him saying. Okay. So there's the letter. On it goes. It's got little parts to it and separate paragraphs. It's got a lot of bolding and underlining. It's signed. It's got a PS. It's even got a handwritten, please reply. Oh, my goodness. The letter is the heart and soul of the direct mail package. Designed challenge. It must retain attributes of personal correspondence, yet function as a highly efficient selling machine. Okay, it's perceived as person-to-person communication. It has to hit the key advantages. It's the voice of one person speaking to another person. A reader spends a minute looking at it. She knows it's not from a friend or her mother, but letters count. Almost no one ever reads every word, but there's enough in there to start to pull you in. Okay. Now here's something else that pulls you in. This requires some participation. Where do you live? Urban, suburban, rural, other? Oh, yes, I'm definitely other. Have you ever climbed a tree? Well, I used to climb lots of trees. In fact, I fell out of them once in 5th grade. Broke my right wrist that I write with and fractured my left collarbone. So yes, I did. Did you ever collect leaves, acorns, or pine cones for a school project? So this is all getting you involved and getting you to think about trees. And here's more and more and more. By the way, at the bottom of it, it repeats what you'll get if you make a donation. If you agree to send in $10, you get 10 flowering trees, crab apples, red buds, hawthorns. Yep.